Most of the SK students make this exact mistake.
No.
Wrong starting point. And from my experience as an SK educator for a couple of years now, I know that it leads to terrible results. And if you do it wrong, you can't call it SK system anymore. So in this video, we're gonna clear up this very important part of the SK system, what is valid and invalid sequence, and where does the sequence come from. So make sure to watch the video till the end, and as always, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. So let's jump to TradingView and let's get started. So as you guys remember, this is how the sequence looks like. You have the 0A, A to B, and B to C. Then you took the trend based, right? You put this levels right there, and then you adjust a little bit. There we go. And then we have the BC. In this case, we're drew it up. So imagine the market goes up, right? It doesn't reach sequence target. That's when we pick the BC. That's what we have here. And now let's talk about invalid sequences. So the sequence is invalid at that point when the market goes down, 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 and it goes past the B point. Okay, if the market goes past the B point, this sequence is not valid anymore, and you can forget it. I have seen a lot of people make this mistake, is where they kind of miss. Let me get rid of this stuff. That if the market creates a 0A, A to B, and this B point is below the 0 point, that's not a valid sequence. Okay, sequence does not look like this. 0 point in a sequence is always going to be the lowest point. So it's fine if the market goes a little bit lower, a little bit higher is fine as well. But if the market goes past the 0 point, that's not a sequence anymore. One more thing, guys, and always remember this, is only try out the active sequences. And if you're not sure what's an active sequence, go ahead to my last video where I explain what is a sequence. So yeah, that is the one of the major mistakes people do, is they draw invalid sequences, and sequences, those are not active. So if the sequence is not active, it can't be a valid sequence, and it is not a sequence. It's just a gambling, and you are just hoping that thing to become an active sequence. That's not going to lead to good results. Let's get the next part. The next part is going to be about where does the sequences come from. And I want you to pay very close attention, because I have seen people, once again, so many people do this mistake, and it messes them up completely, and it just ends up very, very bad. So don't be like one of them. Be like one of them. You see the difference? I hope you do. Now, what makes it so different? I have drawn something up, and this is basically where does the sequences actually come from. So what do we have here is the all-time low at the bottom, all-time high at the top, and correction levels. So once again, all-time low, all-time high, correction levels. Or correction levels means the BC level, it means the whole correction, and it means also the sequence target, okay? The sequences could also come from sequence targets, something like that. And those would still be valid sequences. There's one more thing. In some of the cases, you may see the market go sideways like this, and most likely at the end of this sideways, you're gonna see a sequence as well. And that's an also valid point where the sequences come from, is going to be the sideways market. So again, all-time high, all-time low, sequence targets, correction levels, sideways market. So these are the places where the sequences come from. And make sure to always think about these places. Otherwise, your results not going to be that good. So if we go back to this example we reviewed in the last video, you're going to see actually this sequence, the pink one, it comes from the all-time low. Then it goes all the way up, and you have this orange sequence coming from the sequence target. Then you go all the way down, you have this massive up move, and then in this correctional, there are also sequences coming out of it. So here you can pretty much see all the main spots where the sequences come from in a live example. And this actually is for every single time frame. So these rules we have, or those rules we just spoke about, they apply to every single time frame. That's the beauty of SK system. It works in every single time frame. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, is how you identify valid and invalid sequences, and as well how you avoid one of the most main mistakes for SK beginners: wrong starting point. If you have any questions related to SK, let me know down in the comments. Also, for more exclusive content, feel free to join my Telegram channel. You're gonna find a link down below for more exclusive content, trading ideas, and some live action. We are already more than 100 members there, so thank you every single one of you for the support. And as always, make sure to thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell. On this note, thank you for watching. We see us next time. Peace out.